going to.
Friends, Molly's house. It's a very good friend of mine.
Welcome to Molly's house.
Wonderful acquaintance of mine. That was bad. Here it is, Derek Morrison. Give it up.
Mm-hmm.
That guy
More
made me sad.
Scott.
Thank you.
His water of glass is so big. Or his glass of water. Shit.
What's up with this, hey? Okay. First of all, the fact that you would open up your living room and give me a rock band mic is like the kindest thing you could do for someone on their birthday. Like, well, you didn't make the list, buddy. But we got this for you. So no one wants to hear this, but here we go. Guys, I wasn't going to drink until I saw I didn't make the list, so I need a lot of water. I'm more nervous than if there's a group of people, because it's like you almost have to laugh. But anyway, here we go. All right. So Thursday is my birthday, and I'm gonna be 27. So I'm getting older, and I figured that I probably should start working out and everything, because I don't want to get to 40 and be like, I'm broken. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people want to go to the gym, but I just don't get the gym. You know what I mean? Because historically, exercise would be at least productive. Like farmers are out there, and they're throwing, bales of hay. But at least at the end of the day, they can feed their cows, and they got a good workout, But now we go to places like, Planet Fitness and throw kettlebells. What? Like, we just invented this ball, like, well, this is going to be inconvenient to move. As if there's not enough important things to lift in life. Or, some people think they got to go to the gym to bench press, but I don't think so, I've been drinking. Let me get some water. See, guys, I wasn't going to drink. I was going to be very professional, but I need some more water. From the living room, okay? But, I've been bench pressing since, 4th grade. It might not look like it, but, I got bullied on the playground. Okay? So, I've been bench pressing, trust me. Get off of me, Steven! Oh God, he's coming back. Get off of me! That's the true bench press, folks. Okay. I don't know, Steven. I just made that up, okay? I got bullied, but it wasn't Steven. Anyway, that's not part of the joke. But the one that really makes me the most frustrated is the stationary bike. Because, when the bike was invented, people were like, woo! We can roll places. And one day someone was like, let's take out all the productivity and just stick with the work of the bike. We're going to keep it right here. Could you imagine just going to your friends as a child, like, hey, you guys want to go for a bike ride? Yeah, buddy, where to? Absolutely nowhere. They'd be like, you're a dum-dum. But now people are like, hell yeah, $19.99 a month, that's totally worth it. Oh. Planet Fitness is the only place that people will drive 12 miles to get there, to ride a bike 2 miles, absolutely nowhere. It's insane. But everyone's like, this is normal now. Yeah, absolutely. But I think, thank you guys, this is insane that I'm doing this in a living room. And you're being supportive. Yeah, I was actually depressed there. I don't need a mic to talk to you. You're right in front of me. I was depressed. This isn't connected to anything. It does help though, it does help make me feel... So, this is not part of the set, but we're in someone's living room, so whatever. I was at a wedding, and there was 40 people there, and your brother was there, right? Tyler was there.
Luke Brown's,
right? So I'm DJing it, and it's just him and Luke. I'm telling you, this is just a side story for fun. And Luke Brown's wedding was, Luke Brown and his wife were the only people dancing for like 4 hours. And I picked up the mic, and I wasn't on the mic because there was like 27 people there. And I picked up the mic at the end, I was like, all right, the Amish are going to get mad, so we're going to shut this thing down. And your brother was like, why did you use the mic? He's like, just have, like, I sort of have authority because of this, but not really. Anyway, he was just making fun. But that's not a joke. That was just for you, Trey. That does not go in my set, I promise. So anyway, I was talking about playing
I just
fitness.
like after that stuff, you're like,
Yeah, that was one of those that doesn't belong. I just wanted to say that.
That's really great, though. I feel like we should have talked about that beforehand.
Yeah, or just like not in front of everyone else with this thing. So anyway, but I think the reason Planet Fitness like can stay in business is because they have just a ton of TVs in there. And people like to watch TV when they work out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried it out. It just wasn't for me, though. Like, I just couldn't focus on that many things. Because, like, I go up to the treadmill, it's like, boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And so in front of me, so we got the news over here, and then we have ESPN, we got some sports, and then we have cops. That's like, and there's a lot more, but this is all I got, right? Just right in front of me. So it's like, okay, so I'm running, and then it's just news, and then sports. And then cops, oh my God, it gets faster. News, sports, cops, news, sports, cops. Then all of a sudden, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson. He showed up on all three. What a guy. Oh man, thanks. Thanks for understanding that joke. Jeez. And it's funny because, like, this is only my second time doing stand-up. And the first time was in front of a real crowd, not in a living room. But I had to explain to Dasa, like, who O.J. Simpson was, you know, because, like, she totally missed the whole thing. And, like, she was homeschooled, she didn't have TV.
Throw me an investor.
No, dude, I'm just saying, like, it's not your fault. And I don't blame your parents for not telling you, because if you missed it, it's not like they're going to set you down and be like, well, honey, okay, let me tell you what's going on in the world. So, okay. His glove was too small. I'll give you that. But we're pretty sure O.J. killed a woman. Like, this 4-year-old would be like, what? What is going on? And in the same way, like, when we have kids, you know, our kids would have way missed 9/11. So it's like, I'm not going to be the one to tell them that George Bush did it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Conspiracy theories, folks. Anyway, so, yes, here we are. So, anyway, that's the long reason I don't like to go to the gym. That was, kind of got sidetracked there. But I think another reason is I would just rather play sports, you know. I mean, it runs in the family. My dad was a great athlete. And like many great athletes, my father, in high school, knocked up a white girl and said, I want nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. You know? But I don't blame him. I mean, it was a rough start for him. Because, like, he was only 16 when I was born, and my mom was 18. And let me just tell you this story. I was born on a Friday night, right? So he couldn't make it to the hospital where I was being born because he was playing in his high school football game. So, you know, priorities. And so it was a small town, and they really wanted to make him feel included in my birth. So at halftime, this is a true story, they literally announced that I was born at halftime. Could you imagine what that's like at halftime? Just like, all right, and the score at half, Hayesville 7, Loudonville 17. And Dan Regan, your son was just born. Out of wedlock. You sinner. Okay. They said he had a great first half. Comes out in the second half, doesn't do a lot, obviously. I mean, like, think about the huddle for a second. Like, all right, guys, what's the play? Child support, arm free, ready, break. Unfortunately, he forgot to call that play as I grew up. Thanks, Trey. He didn't pay child. That's the joke. Anyway. Like, if my dad ever hears this, man, I still love him. So what the hell was I going to say after this? I shouldn't have drank some beer. So anyway, I mean, this is just the kind of scenarios that you would just deal with growing up in a small town. But I really wanted to learn from my parents' mistakes, of course. So I decided once I got to high school, I mean, of course, I would never play football. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. That's just like, that's too real. Oh man, my mouth is so dry. You guys are good sports. Anyway. So, I mean, but that's what you deal with growing up in a small town, you know? Your son gets announced at a football game. But I like growing up. I like living in a small town. Like, a lot of my friends are still there. It's where I met my wife. She's here right now, tonight. There was going to be a crowd, so this would make sense. She's here with me this evening. And we've been married for over 2 years now. It's really great. One of the only issues we've had to deal with is when we first got married, she was like really sick. This isn't a joke, like that really happened. She was really sick, and we were in and out of the doctor's offices, in and out of the hospitals a lot. And one of the things that I found is that being a doctor has to be one of the most rewarding jobs that you can have, because you get paid to practice. You know what I'm saying? It's just called practicing medicine. That's it. Like if LeBron was like, hey guys, just gonna practice this year, not gonna play any games. They'd be like, you need to go back to Cleveland, okay? But we go to doctors and they're just like, we'll see what happens. You know?
It's so true.
Yeah, man. It's just like, I think the doctors are trying to do their best. Like, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. My mom's a nurse, okay? It's kind of more the medicines that I don't trust. Because not that long ago, doctors were prescribing heroin to children in the cough syrup. And that's a true story. Like, you can look at the ads, like, here, kids. Like, the doctor's like, cutting edge medicine, heroin. And as a parent, I think that would be devastating. Because you trust a doctor and then you give it to your kid, like, Johnny, how's that cough coming along? Well, Mom, my cough's gone, but so are my legs. Good Lord. And I mean, like, think about it. You go into, as the parent, you're going into, like, look, doctor, Johnny said that your medicine is making his limbs melt into our couch like a grilled cheese. This is my son's life we're dealing with, okay? This is not a game. And he's like, absolutely, ma'am, it's not a game. It's just practice. Okay? I'm just practicing here. Jeez. Man. So knowing, like for real though, I think this could still be happening. Like, I think in 10 years people could be like, oh my goodness, we gave Vicodin to people on purpose? Like, this kind of thing could still be happening. So Dasa and I, knowing this, go in and we're like, look, doc, can we get any natural remedies? Because we don't want that funky stuff that you've been prescribing to people. And they're actually pretty cool with it. They're like, you know, absolutely, you know, we really want to build the immune system. I would recommend high doses of vitamin C. Ma'am, do you like orange juice? And she was like, orange juice? My husband just told me OJ killed a woman.